Well, guys, it looks like we're not done with this arc just yet. So the other day I talked about Dustborn's official statement, where they essentially tried to play victim and deflect all of the criticism for their sloppy and bizarre game. This got them met with a lot of people laughing at their statement and memeing around. Well, a few things have occurred since my coverage of that situation. Situations proliferated a little bit. You're not going to be surprised to hear that some of the gaming journalists have got involved and are trying to signal boost Dustborn's attempt at playing victim. Oh hey look, it's Kotaku. Shocker. These corpo journalists write, Dustborn developers condemn tidal wave of hate and abuse directed at the team. And once again, they provide literally no evidence of any of this stuff. And even if they somehow dug up like, a handful of tweets, maybe somewhere out there, someone said something like that, but 99.9% of the stuff that they're getting is people just laughing at the game and criticizing the game. Stuff that they are not acknowledging at all. The people at this company really put out a terrible product with plenty of government money supporting them, and ultimately got some of the most pathetic sales possible. Fortunately for them, Concord's going around at the same exact time, so they're not alone. And now they got their little corpo buddies in gaming journalism getting involved, trying to help them deflect all of the criticism and rewrite some narrative that helps them play victim. So the opening paragraph of this joke of an article goes on to essentially say that all of the negative reviews for Dustborn from gamers are not valid, but Kotaku's review is valid. Kotaku's review is really, really good. They then go on to praise Dustborn for being LGBT and left-leaning. Well, the fact is no leftist or LGBT person should be defending Dustborn either. I mean, the game just makes them all look terrible. We're talking about a game that literally advocates harassing and gaslighting and manipulating people, including your own friends. On top of it, of course, being government-funded slop. Moving on, in the next section, they just repost Dustborn's official statement, so we'll skip that part. And then we have this next paragraph, which includes a very hilarious section where they essentially say that it's harassment to point out the game's low Steam concurrence. In other words, the player count, which is consistently below 40 and peaked around 80. Kotaku really hates when people point this out. You're not allowed to use analytics and data. Kotaku hates that. Self-report from the journalist that they're allergic to evidence. And they close with this paragraph. I'll read the whole thing. It's pretty amusing. They say, when I played through Dustborn, I felt a deep sense of dread because I knew it was inevitable this game would receive this type of ire. It features a mostly POC cast, includes queer people, and isn't subtle about its politics. There's no plausible deniability here, of the sort that some other video game companies try to conjure when pressed about a game's political themes, as its story, set in a dystopian alt-history America, explicitly explores the concept of a country's descent into fascism and the way it affects marginalized people. It's always, stop making my games woke and make your own, until someone actually does it. Then these people find a new reason to harass developers who made a game they weren't the target audience for. The goalpost moves once again. Yeah, no, there's a reason that there's only like 40 people playing this game that just released as I record this video. Even the people that this journalist would refer to as the target demographic don't even play this game either. There's no good reason to defend this game, a game that advocates being a terrible person to everyone around you and is government-funded slop, but yet here this journalist and some other people are defending it simply because their minds are rotted by their own political obsession. And speaking of people defending Dustborn, here's some people defending the game in their responses to Kotaku's article, with a dash of defending Kotaku as well, and saying that they're performing actual journalism. They continue trying to lie to others and manipulate a specific narrative about this game as if they were taking direct notes from the main character. However, the majority of responses are much more reasonable. For example, this one, saying, "This is a terrible game that should never have received government funding," says everybody. "Help, I'm being attacked with a tidal wave of hate and abuse," says the devs. One more thing to take note of here, Quantic Dream, the publisher for Dustborn, would also say, in response to their official statement the other day, "We want to express our heartfelt support for our partners at Red Thread Games. We stand united against hate in all its forms and are committed to fostering communities built on understanding and respect." Yeah, okay, sure. Anyways, thanks for tuning in. If you enjoyed my coverage, consider liking and subscribing. Appreciate you, and I'll see you in the next one.